Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate the introduction, Kurt, the pledge, and obviously Pastor Ben for the prayer of the evening as well. Before I jump in, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. Obviously, all of our candidates, we have each of them here tonight. And when you walk in, to be treated to Creations Galore and More and Adventurers Coffee, the hospitality, we've done every municipality that has a contested seat this year across Shelby County, and that's the only time we've seen that so far. So the hospitality shows truly what Calera is about. So let's give them a round of applause. Well, good evening. I am Alec Etheridge with Shelby County News Media, publisher of the Shelby County Reporter and Shelby Living Magazine. It's my honor to serve as moderator for tonight's Candidates Forum for those individuals seeking to serve on Calera's City Council and as mayor for the City of Calera. We're pleased to be co-hosting tonight's Candidates Forum with the Shelby County Chamber, and we're thankful for Chamber President and CEO Kurt Manser for being here tonight, and he'll serve as our timekeeper right down here in front. On behalf of our co-hosts, we hope that you do find this program both interesting and informative, and we're pleased that you could be with us tonight. This will be our longest forum time-wise and one of our largest candidates-wise as well, with 15 total candidates to hear from tonight. So we do ask that everyone be respectful of the time and those speaking during tonight's event. This is our final forum that we have put on over the past few weeks, and we've had success with respect at every stop of the way so far, and we hope that carries into tonight as well. All of the candidates seeking election for Calera's civic leadership were invited to participate in tonight's forum, and I'm proud to say that all of them are here. Tonight's forum will look a little bit different than any that we have done so far due to Calera being an at-large council, and with most of the mayoral candidates, the most mayoral candidates of any municipality in Shelby County, with 5 total. To begin tonight's forum, we're going to hear from each of our city council candidates in alphabetical order. And they're on the stage in front of us now. Each candidate will have 5 minutes to speak on their candidacy. After the candidates have shared their statement, each will then have an opportunity to make a closing statement that will not exceed 3 minutes. The order of that will be determined by random draw. Kurt Manser with the Shelby County Chamber will act as timekeeper and provide each of the candidates with a countdown during their comments by holding up a card indicating the time remaining. Y'all can look down here and take note of Kirk up front. So now let's get it started. We will begin tonight's City Council portion of the forum with our opening statement from Drew Bradshaw.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I want to thank all of our hosts tonight. It's a great event. Thanks for everyone that set up and put the hard work in to make this event happen. And thank you all for being here tonight. I'm glad to see so many faces out there. I'm going to start tonight by just introducing myself, sharing a little bit about my background, and then transition into what I will bring to City Council. My name is Drew Bradshaw, and I'm honored to be running for Calera City Council. I was born and raised right here in Calera. Calera's home. It always has been home. I graduated from Calera High School in 2005, went on to Troy University where I earned my business degree in 2009, and that's where I met my wife, Amber. We decided to move back to Calera after college, and we chose to raise our family here. We've got 2 beautiful daughters. My oldest, Brooke, she's 11 and goes to Calera Middle School. My youngest, Peyton, she's 4 and will start kindergarten next fall at Calera. Having lived here my whole life, I've seen Calera change from the small town that it once was into the town that it is today. We've made a lot of progress, but we still got a long way to go. I'm running for City Council to bring a fresh vision, fresh energy, and a new voice to the council. The council currently has a lot of experience today, but one thing that is missing is someone that's young, with kids in schools, that's in touch with the young families of Calera today. And you may be asking why that's important. Well, when I'm out on the campaign trail, I've met many young families that have kids in school, just like I do. And schools are important, and we need to partner and work with our schools here in Calera. There's 3 main areas that I want to focus on when elected. The first of which is bringing strong financial management to the council, push for smart commercial development, and restore trust in our elected officials. So let's dive into each one of those topics. First, my background in finance. Over the past 7 years, I've worked as a financial analyst for a Birmingham-based media company. In that role, it's my job to manage resources wisely, analyze budgets, look at forecasts, and make sure that every dollar that we spend is used wisely. And that's the same attributes that the City Council needs. The City Council controls the budget of Calera, and so that's an important function of our job. Additionally, I want to help create a commercial development authority. That's just a citizen-led board that works hand-in-hand with our council to bring new development right here to Calera. We've got 3 interstate exits just primed for commercial development, but we need to be proactive in that approach. Go get the businesses that we want. You look at Alabaster, you look at Hoover, they have the businesses that we want. Why? Because they have a commercial development authority. That's what we need. Not only will it increase our quality of life by giving us more to do, more places to shop, more places to dine with our family, but it will also keep our tax base right here in Calera. When you spend money in Calera, it will help fund our police department, our fire department, infrastructure, our schools. So that's important. We're spending our money north of here in Alabaster and Hoover. Let's keep our money at home. Most importantly, I'm running for all of you. Your voice is critical to be heard at City Hall. City Hall needs to be open, responsive, and transparent. That's all things that I will bring to the table. When you have a seat at the table, when your voice is heard, better decisions are made. So Calera's best days aren't behind us. They're right here in front of us. Together we can shape the future that we all want, that we all deserve. On August 26th, you have a choice. Keep doing things the same way we've always done them, or vote for progress. If you want progress, if you want somebody that's going to fight for you, fight for every corner of this city, I ask for your vote on August the 26th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bradshaw. We now will go to the opening statement from Chris Bunn.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Bunn. Christy and I have been married for 30 years. I have 2 sons, Noah, which is 25, and Nick, which is 21. So what have I contributed in my civic duties over the years? I served on the Calera Water Board as co-chair for several years. I was the president of I am the president of the nonprofit Calera Special Needs Baseball League called the Field of Angels. This has been a huge success for 15 years and is all done right here in our great city. I've served as a treasurer of a nonprofit, What Will Bob Do? And I've served the Calera Little League Baseball as vice president. I'm sorry, am I not close enough?
Very good.
As vice president and also coached. I served on the church finance committee, building committee, and Sunday school teacher, and tried doing the finance committee and building committee at the same time. It's no fun. I could go on with my commitment to serving Calera. So what is my political experience? In the past, I've served 3 terms on the city council, but at this time, I'm not currently serving. During my time on the council, I played a major role in several areas. Number 1 is creating financial stability for our city. When I was elected in 2009, we didn't have that. So I'm proud to say that I was part of that. The widening of the Highway 31 bridge over I-65 that we tried for many years. Open and staff fire station number 3. Construct a state-of-the-art sports complex at Eagle Park. I was also instrumental in getting the Special Olympics to go from Alabaster to Calera. So, this is only a few of the items I've accomplished in my prior years. So what is my vision for Calera? Our traffic. Our county and state roads are jammed with traffic, as we all know. We need to collaborate with our county and state officials to find solutions instead of excuses. We need to promote new businesses. We need to recruit big box and local businesses. So how do we do that? I propose that we need to fund a new position to not only recruit for our city, but also be the squeaky wheel at the county and the state level for our roads. Next is our subdivision developments. We need larger housing developments for families to grow into without leaving our city. We as a council need to collaborate with the mayor to figure out how to get this done. Next is Main Street. Continue and grow this effort. We need to create some opportunities for Main Street to have a couple of events on the north side of Calera. And this will bring activities to the whole city instead of just downtown. I have many other ideas, but these are just to name a few. I would also like to hear from our citizens to see their visions for this great city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bunn. We now move on to Debbie Byers for her opening statement.
I want to say first, thanks to our host. It's great. And I want to say today is a great day. This is what freedom looks like to me and should look like to you. You're here to hear me speak about what I can do for you, and I'm here, or you're here to hear what pick your candidate of choice. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. We'll get through this. I'm going to tell you about myself. I am a lifelong resident of Calera. I've been here all my life. Graduated from Calera High School. My roots run deep. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle. Some studies at UAB. I'm married to Richard Byers. I've been for 30-something years. It's a running joke in our family because I can never keep up. It's been a long time. I have 3 sons and 2 daughters-in-law. They, too, graduated from Calera High School. 3 grandchildren. The oldest just started kindergarten here at Calera. I'm extremely proud to say that I was the first volunteer firefighter for Calera. And I say, from the fire line to the front line. And I'm on the front line right now. And I apologize. In 2023, I had the honor of being appointed to the council to replace Phil Busby by the city council. I am retired, and because of that, I have been able to provide a full-time service for a part-time position. I'm a citizen who cares deeply about Calera. So, with that said, I want to tell you why I'm here and asking for your vote on August the 26th. I am passionate about safety, being competitive, and accountability. Safety is a priority for me. I have an unwavering desire for Calera to be better tomorrow than it is today. We need to replace antiquated equipment for both police and fire. And when I say antiquated equipment, why should we be driving a police car that's 2014? Really? We can do better than that. I just want to talk about, I'm not just going to talk about the equipment and the cars. We need facilities. We can only put a Band-Aid on so much. And it's time to fix the Band-Aid. Let's rip it off and go. I want to ensure that both departments are fully staffed. I want criminals to know that Calera does not want them. Hit the road, Jack. Don't come back. I want you and visitors to know that you're safe at all of our events in Calera. And I said, being competitive. What does that mean? Being competitive is being competitive with our neighboring cities. Competitive pay, competitive jobs, competitive business, competitive manufacturing. We need more revenue. We need to be tax friendly, bring the jobs here. Calera is open for business. We have 3 intersections off the interstate of I-65. We need to take advantage. Just think, if one every 10 cars stopped here in Calera, what kind of revenue would that generate for us? We need to work with our mayor and our administrator to incentivize people to come here. Accountability, we need to be transparent. Mistakes are going to happen. Hey, but we can learn from our mistakes and move forward. As a council member, we need to hold each other accountable. We need to lift each other up when we need to. We need to work alongside the mayor and his administration to make Calera the best it can be. I'm asking that you consider voting for me August the 26th so I can continue my commitment to the city.
Thank you, Ms. Byers. We will now welcome Henry Davis to the microphone for his opening statement.
I just want to start off by saying thank you for everyone putting this together. Everybody had a part in it. Adventures Coffee, Creation Galore, and more, just the whole Main Street for helping make this possible. All right, so good evening. My name is Henry Davis, also known as Red. And I realized throughout this campaign I need to say Red because half of Calera don't know my real name. It's Henry Davis. So we'll start with that. I'm a lifelong product of Calera. Raised here, educated here, and I raised my own family here. This city gave me my start. And it's where my wife and now my son have planted our roots. Because of the investment this community has made in me, I was able to earn a doctorate degree from UAB and build a career as a physical therapist and a small business owner right here on Main Street. And today, I'm going to stand before you as a candidate for Calera City Council. Everybody's asking, Red, why are you running? Like, what makes you run now? You're 29. Just keep doing what you're doing and live. I started running because Calera is growing, and with growth comes both opportunity and responsibility. We need leaders who are invested in our future, inspired by our people, and involved in every step forward. Too often, decisions get made that don't reflect the voices of families, especially young families, small businesses, and our youth. At 29 years old, I want to bring that perspective to the council while respecting the foundation that was laid before me. My vision. We're going to talk about 3 main points for my vision here. Number 1 is smart growth. Calera is expanding rapidly, but growth must be thoughtful and methodical. That means better planning around schools, roads, and infrastructure so that growth strengthens our community instead of overwhelming. Second thing is youth. Youth and families are very important to me, like I said, being a young parent. As a father, I want to see Calera invest in programs and spaces that give our young people opportunities, whether through sports, recreation, or career development. Our youth deserve to see that the city invests in them and not just facilities. Number 3 is small business support and commercial business support. I know firsthand the challenges of starting a business here. Supporting local entrepreneurs and big commercial business here means keeping Calera dollars in Calera. And it means building an economy where our kids won't have to leave town to find opportunity. And let me add this, smart growth also means making sure Calera remains a safe and welcoming place for all. That includes supporting the people who put on a uniform every day to serve and protect the city. Our growth must come with commitment to safety and stability for every family. I'm not just talking ideas, I've already been involved. From serving on the Park and Recreation Board, to mentoring our youth, to being an advisor on the health program at Calera High School, and investing in a local clinic right here in Calera. I've shown what it looks like to roll up my sleeves and work alongside the community. I believe leadership should be about service, not titles. And that's exactly how I tend to run and serve the City Council. My campaign is about building a Calera we're all proud to call home, one that grows wisely, supports families, ensures safety, and creates opportunity to all. My name is Henry Davis, and I'm not asking just for your vote, but your partnership. Partnership moves Calera forward together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, or Mr. Red, as I'll introduce you next time. We'll now go to Ernest Montgomery for his opening statement.
Good evening, everyone. Allow me a moment just to thank the Shelby County Chambers, the Shelby County Reporter, and of course Main Street Calera for hosting this event. Again, my name is Ernest Montgomery, and I'm here with my wife, Azalina, and she's sitting out in the audience somewhere. We both residents, lifelong residents of Calera. We attend school here. Again, as a lifelong resident. So was our parents and most of the time our grandparents. What I want to speak to is Calera. Let me start by saying first, thank you. Thank you, Calera. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your words of encouragement that you've given me over these 20 plus years. Thank you, Dennis. These 20 plus years that you allowed me to serve you and to represent you. Now, those 20 years, I tried to do that with honesty, with integrity, and with transparency. And now, here we are embarking upon another election. I know that I have the energy, even after serving 21 years, a little bit 20 years. I still have the energy, I still have the passion, and I have the knowledge now, not a lot more of the knowledge. I have energy, passion, and most important, the love that I always had for this city, which is my home, to continue to serve you for the next 4 years. I believe these three ingredients that I just named, mixed with experience and with the knowledge that I have gained over these 20 years of services, position myself to be a great help to move Calera forward, again, for these next 4 years. I also believe that one should clearly have an understanding of where we have come from. And I'm speaking to Calera. We didn't know where we come from in order to know where we need to go. And I just want to leave by letting you know tonight, as I look back over my record, and I could share the experience. 20 years, a lot of time to build up a lot of experience, as you know. I can share with you many of the contributions that I've helped make to this city, working as a team with our mayor. I served under two mayors. I served under alongside over the years with I think over 15 council members, and we have a plethora of involvements we have had here in Calera. And if I begin to name some of the things we've been involved in, my 5 minutes would take a whole lot longer than my 5 minutes, I assure you. But I'll be around if you want to ask me some questions afterwards. Now, I want you to know this, Calera, that I am, as I've heard somebody say once before, I am hyena happy, and I am peacock proud of the service that I have helped bring to Calera and the representation, and for you allowing me to represent you. And I'm looking forward to getting you to support me again the next 4 years on August 26th, next Tuesday, so we can continue moving clear in the direction that we're going. And I want to thank you in advance.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery. We'll now go to Calvin Morgan for his opening statement.
As I started today, I was kind of like, what in the world am I going to say? I don't know, and I did not know how this would go. But I do know the person that knows ahead of me, and I give him the glory. So first of all, I'd like to tell you who I am. My name is Calvin Morgan. I've been here in the city of Calera for the past almost 25, 26 years. I'm married to my sweetheart, my wife, Dee Morgan, and my daughter, LaJacqueline, and I have a grandson, Jackson, and my son-in-law, that's right, Gerald Hicks. And also, I was looking at this and I said, well, why do I put Calvin Jack? I was thinking about Mr. Morgan over here, and I didn't want nobody to get us mixed up, so that's why I put Jack in the center of that. But anyhow, as I get back to this, I want to thank you for the opportunities that how it's been to serve you guys. Everything that you have heard up here, I totally agree. Any of these guys, and I feel would be great to serve. But in part of serving, you have to have a heart to serve. You have to feel for people when those that are least, those that need help. That's what we're here for. I agree with all the things that have been, said, and I'm with you guys as far as being part of this city moving forth. It's been wonderful, but we have a long way to go. Let's talk about unity. It's going to take unity to work together. It takes leadership. It takes honesty. These are the kind of things that a candidate that come to you and ask you for your vote, when you have someone to ask you for that, hold them accountable. Don't just send them to represent you. Come to the council meeting, be part of it. That's included, that's how you work together. So some of the things that we have accomplished in the city in the past 5 years, I'm very proud of. That I had a small portion to do with. Some of the things, we increased the budget we're looking into increasing the budget for our fire and police department. We did a pay study that had not been done, if I'm not mistaken, when I first came in about 12 years. We built storm shelters within our city. I remember when Dennis and I was walking out here in the back, and when we first started doing the Main Street, somebody said, it's no way possible what your plans are for this to look the way it looks. Well, Dennis made the comment, hey, something? I'll show you. So we did. And that came from working together. In 5 minutes, I cannot stand here and attempt to tell you everything that we can do and how we're going to do it. But I don't want to stand before you and make you some promises that I know we can't keep. So be honest. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have been honest with you. You can reach me. You can call me at any time. I'm available. But I also want to say thank you because this time 5 years ago, I was in the hospital. I had COVID. And I wasn't even able to vote for myself. So I don't take this for granted. I don't take this serving for granted. I serve out of honesty. I serve with my heart, and I serve to be truthful. So I'm not going to waste your time no longer. But I do ask that you vote for me. Give me another chance to serve you. Serving is what I do. When you are anointed to do something, it makes it so easy. So you don't have to impress. I had a sign here. I had these papers, and I was going to read, and I was going to sound like a robot. But I wanted to come to you sincerely. I wanted to be who I am, because if I had came any other way, it wouldn't be who I am. So I thank you. My name is Calvin Morgan. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. We now move on to our other Mr. Morgan, and that's David Morgan for his opening statement.
Just a second, please. Good evening. Please forgive me for my brevity. This will be the shortest I've ever talked to anyone about anything. I want to thank you immensely for taking the time to come out tonight. Society is this marvelous idea that we can get together and imagine the way the world should be and then bring it into reality. Through your commitment to that creation, by doing things like investing your time in this election, we're able to create a society that is greater than the sum of its parts. You are society, not figuratively, literally. All of our institutions are imaginary, existing only in our minds. If we don't keep the concepts alive, they will simply cease to exist, like so many societies before us. Yet these ideas are so real that they have become subject to physical laws like entropy. Without your hard work and subscription to our ideals, our society will not exist. It cannot exist separate from you. There are 3 concepts that you and I must commit to keep our society. Before anything, we must protect and defend the rights of everyone, especially those we disagree with. You and I hold these truths to be self-evident, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that we were created equal with those rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Second, we must zealously steward public funds. This is not responsibility that can be delegated. If you've ever been entrusted with public money, you know that you are personally responsible for every cent. And third, while acting on the behalf of others, we must always act with total and complete honesty and absolute transparency. How can any action be taken on your behalf and yet be held secret from you? The course of my career has given me a very unique perspective on life and on death. At the beginning of my career in public safety years ago, on my second day, I took a 911 call. I answered the call, and on the beginning of my shift, it was 7 a.m., and an older woman began to talk and to tell me that she had woken up alone next to her husband of over 60 years who had passed in the night. And there was nothing that either of us could do as we waited together on the phone for the 8 minutes it took for the fire department to get there. All I could do was console her. Often, the hardest points in our life are when the right thing to do is nothing at all. Thankfully, more often than not, we have a different type of call. A call where we're able to do something. Years later, at a completely different department, I received a very similar call in the middle of the night from a similarly situated woman who had woken to hear her husband's last breath. And as I began to give her instructions on how to save his life, she couldn't do it. He was too big. She was too small. She couldn't get him onto the hard surface of the floor to do chest compressions. And so I pleaded with her, I begged with her, and I explained to her how to take her body, take hold of him, to position her weight, put her legs up on the side of the bed, and to throw him onto the floor so she could fight with death and breathe air into his lungs. Knowledge is an amazing power. Getting this right means the difference between life and death. We are society. We take responsibility. Throughout my career, I have had to choose my public duty over my family, to leave them in times of trouble. I have managed millions of dollars of public funds and made radical changes to allow for public view of financials and operations. James 16:10 tells us, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is also unjust in much." We must be disciplined in our fundamental beliefs, never falter, and always defend each other. Complacency is a disease that creeps in over time. Bend a rule here, miss a standard there. I will never forget you. I will never forget your rights.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. We'll now go to Kay Snowden Turner for her opening statement.
Good evening to everyone. I am Kay Snowden Turner, Calera resident for 15 years, and a proud member of First Baptist Church downtown Calera. I'm honored to serve as your council member for 9 years. I have a deep commitment to this community. I'm a proud mother of one daughter and a son-in-law, both serving in the U.S. Army. And I am blessed with a 1-year-old grandson. My education and training, I have a Bachelor of Science in Business Education from Grambling State University. I am an advanced certified municipal official working toward my emeritus program completion. My professional background includes 25 plus years experience in public service. I worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Banking and Financial Services, Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development, where I retired with a career focused on public service and infrastructure improvement. Main Street, Alabama. I attended training, organized community meetings, and helped Calera earn a designation as a Main Street, Alabama city. And this was a key step in downtown revitalization and local pride. My record of service, advocacy, transparency, and access includes requesting extended council work sessions, advocating for live streaming meetings, consistently requesting citizen sign-in sheets for public comment. I advocated for the city's attorney's presence at all work sessions and council meetings. I also advocated for department heads to attend meetings for direct access and faster decision making. My record on road safety and infrastructure includes I champion traffic signals at Highway 31 and Highway 25, Highway 31 and 9th Street, Highway 31 and Highway 16. I advocated for neighborhood road repairs in Enclave, Stonebriar, Camden Cove, just to name a few. I supported the neighborhood traffic calming program, the speed bumps. My goals going forward, continued support of economic development, support our local and small businesses, boost economic growth along the I-65 corridor. We need to upgrade our infrastructure to meet city growth. I'm an advocate for city planning and growth as well as business development. And I'm always focused on keeping the community informed about city business and activities throughout. The historic district will continue, I will continue to be invested in the historic downtown Main Street district, and also with utilities. We want to continue to improve our water quality. Also, we want to make sure that I'm advocating for more funding for our schools, public safety. We're going to secure staffing and proper training and equipment for our police and fire. So I am, again, asking for your support so we can do more for Calera. There's more to do, and I look forward to the work ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. We'll now go to Crispin Watson for her opening statement.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Watson, and I am honored to stand before you today as a candidate for Calera City Council. I'm not running for politics, but I'm running for a future for our community. A little bit about me. I'm a native of Mississippi. I've been in Alabama for the past 10 years and a Calera resident since 2017. I bought my first house here, and I don't ever see myself moving. I live here, I work here, and I'm raising my family here. I have a vibrant 12 and a 7-year-old little boy who ended up getting his arm stuck in a vase a few years ago, and the Calera Fire Department had to help him get it out. I believe Calera is a city that is full of potential, but in order to grow, we must focus on the things that matter the most. That's supporting our families, supporting our first responders, creating opportunities, jobs, business development, and bringing more entertainment options to the city of Calera. I like to have a good time, and I'm sure you guys do too. However, I have to go to neighboring cities just to go out to eat at various restaurants, just to have some entertainment. And I would love to spend my tax dollars right here in the city. As a mother, a business owner, and a servant leader, I understand the importance of balancing vision with action. I'm a real estate agent, a mortgage loan originator, and I serve as the public relations chair for a nonprofit called NARAB. That is the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. So we advocate for fair housing. We advocate for democracy in housing. We advocate for affordable housing. So I'm not new when it comes to advocating for you. My approach is grounded in faith, integrity, and service. I'm running because I want to bridge between the people and the decisions that shape our daily lives. I will always listen, always advocate, and always put our community first. Together, I believe we can build a Calera where families thrive, where businesses grow, and where every voice matters. So I humbly ask you to think about supporting me on August 26th as I run for City Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. We'll now go to our final City Council candidate for his opening statement. That's Alan Watts.
Thanks, sir. My name's Alan Watts. Glad to see everybody here. Thank you for participating. A little background, I'm 60 years old. I've always had a Calera address, never lived anywhere else. My wife works at the high school. My daughter's a librarian at the elementary school. Got 4 grandsons. 3 of them are in Calera schools, and 1 of them's in Calera daycare. So that's a little background there. I'm an insurance adjuster. I have been for 38 years. I've been on the council. This is the end of my 3rd term, and I appreciate the support that I've been given in the past. I feel like we've made many accomplishments, as people have talked about, over the last several years. Our city is unique. It's a very large footprint. I forget how many miles it is, but it's a lot. This is a stress on our city services, and we are working to try and improve all of that constantly. As growing up in Calera as a kid, this was Bear's Department Store where you're sitting. I'm sure a lot of you remember it. This is where most of us got our clothes. Our moms paid in-store charge accounts every Friday after payday. It's just the way it was. There was no Walmart. There was no Publix. There was much of nothing on the north end of town. This was town. As the businesses started to close, new tenants or replacement tenants become less frequent. Our main street started going down. This has occurred over a long period of time. About 6 years ago, the current council voted to establish Main Street to help revitalize and boost up our old downtown area. We've had a lot of accomplishments. We're proud of them. We've got a long way to go. We do have a plan. The accomplishments that I'm proud of is a new fire department that's fixing to open at Clear Eagle Drive that we had to borrow zero money for. We bought and renovated the current city hall, which allowed us to give the old city hall to the fire department in whole. to give them more room. I would like to see another police department or substation on the north end of town, which is where the Fire Station 4 is planned to be in the near future. I feel like we are being proactive in our purchasing of city vehicles and equipment to help our citizens, or to help our employees serve our citizens better. We feel like we are moving in the right direction, and it is my desire to see our city prosper with both the retail business and additional residential, as has been discussed. There's some misunderstanding from some people about the city and things that are opened. The city doesn't open businesses, private investors do. And that's what we need more of. And as it's been spoken as well, I think we need to go after that. I appreciate your support over the last 3 terms. I'm asking that you consider voting for me to stay on board. I feel my experience is an asset. And I just want to thank you again for attending and ask you to vote for Alan Watts next Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. We will now move on to our closing statements for our city council candidates, and that was determined by a drawing prior to their coming forward on stage tonight. And we're going to start with, as you can see, Calvin Morgan.
Once
Get
again,
3 minutes
Yes, sir.
for the closing statement.
okay. Once again, I would like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Before I leave, I wouldn't leave without saying thank you to my brother, my spiritual guide, and my pastor in the back. Thank you as well, since she came in a little bit late. But as we close this, one thing I want the citizens to understand and to think about. We're about to get into something never been done here in Calera. We're going to a new form of government where the council will be the one that set the agenda, and it will be that council manager, well, not manager, but council control of the agendas being set. It's going to be a little bit different. The mayor is not going to be voting along with the council going forward. So that's going to be something new, and that's going to be very important to the city. And when you choose who you want as your city council people, any of these guys is going to do a great job. I have no doubt about that. But I ask that you consider me. I have served you. I have done my best to serve you. I enjoy serving you. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I gave you all I can give you, and I will continue to do that. So I ask that you please consider. You can talk to me if there's more that you would like to know about me. I have no problem with talking to anyone. Earlier today, a prime example, I talked to a citizen that was having an issue here in the city. We all get this on a regular basis. So be careful, know who you choosing, talk to the candidates, and make sure they have your interest, because we do work for you. And remember, Calvin Morgan, working for the people. Thank you.
Yeah, after each of you finishes your closing statement, you're welcome to go take a seat down in front here. We will now, not sure how this worked out again, but the other Mr. Morgan, David Morgan, stepping to the microphone for his closing statement.
We are going to start a club, I think, after this, however it winds up. You probably, chances are, you have not seen a sign from me. There are a few of them scattered around. The chances are you haven't seen one. I don't like signs. They don't say anything. There's not enough room. There's just enough room for maybe a 3-word phrase in your name. I keep getting told that local politics is a popularity contest. And if all you know about anybody is their name, it has to be. People say that you're not interested. But clearly you are. You're here. I think a lot of it comes down to that we don't get beliefs, we don't get positions from many of our local politicians. This is not a Calera problem. This is an America problem. Put forward by our media that is easier to cover a large national election, but I think there's so much interest. I think that everyone in this room understands that 90% of government is local. Anyone who's worked for the government knows it. If it is a popularity contest, I certainly won't win. I'm never going to win any popularity contest. I have a bad habit of caring very much about the rules, and that tends to make people angry. I have done that at every public position that I have ever held. I have been threatened. I've had people shoot at me. But I will not stop. There is no alternative. Rights come first. Transparency comes first. The fiduciary responsibility of elected officials and employees to the public comes first. Then we can work on all of the wonderful projects that everyone has in their mind. I am serious that we take the ideas from our head and we bring them into reality. That is everything in the world. I am not asking for your vote. Since I was a Boy Scout, I have been very committed to service of others, helping others, duty to God and my country. So I am not asking for your vote. I will humbly serve if asked. I am giving the only way that I know to be as an option for you to choose. And if you so choose, I will be eternally grateful. I will be humbled. And I will happily serve. But I will serve everyone equally. Those I disagree with, those I agree with, the rights of everyone. The Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Alabama will be observed. Then we can work with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. We'll now go to Alan Watts for his closing statement.
My name is Alan Watts, and I am asking for your vote. I love Calera. I want to see Calera just be the best. That's my heart. It really is. I think it's very crucial that the council that is elected for this next term and the mayor that is elected work together in both planning and addressing the needs and concerns of the citizens and the community. I believe that we need to be good stewards of our resources and purposeful in our spending. And like I said, my heart is here, and I'm willing to serve, and I'm asking for your vote. I would like to close with a Bible verse. It's Proverbs 16:9. A man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. We'll now go to Case Note Turner for her closing statement.
Thank you. I'm here to serve you. I believe in open and transparent government. I'm committed to keeping you informed and involved. I will continue to lead with transparency, accountability, and dedication, always working in the best interest of our city. Thank you for your trust and support. Vote Kay Snowden Turner on August 26th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. And now we'll welcome back Kristen Watson for her closing statement.
As we close tonight, I want to remind you that my decision to run for Calera City Council is not about a title, but it's about service. It's about listening to the concerns of you guys, the community, our neighbors, standing up for families, and working to create a city where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. I know the challenges that our community faces, but I also see the incredible potential where we have growth. The current council has done an amazing job. Thank you guys for your service. But I want you guys to be inspired and also supported. Again, my leadership will be grounded in faith, integrity, and accountability. I believe that when leaders seek God's wisdom, listen with compassion, and act with courage, communities flourish. That is the kind of leadership that I promise to bring to the city of Calera. This election is about more than politics, but it's about the people. It's about making sure that every single voice is heard, and residents should know that they matter. Again, I ask for your vote on August 26th. May God bless you in our city.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. We now welcome back Drew Bradshaw for his closing statement.
Everything's set up here. While there are 6 seats on the city council, you only get one vote. You've got to make one choice, and I'm asking you to choose Drew Bradshaw on August 26th. Calera's at a turning point. Our population's growing, our opportunities are expanding, and it's time to shape Calera into the future that we want it to be. Over the past several months, I've had the opportunity to walk many neighborhoods, knock on doors, hold events, and hear your concerns. Concerns to better our public safety, concerns for more dining, more shopping, concerns to restore public trust. And as a husband, a father, and a citizen of Calera, I share those same concerns, and those are my priorities as well. I remember the Calera that I grew up in. It was a 2A high school. We had Hardee's, Subway, and many of you remember Kathleen's. That's all we had. We've come a long way in the past 2 decades and longer than that, really. I want to maintain that small town charm, but push for the future that we all deserve. The past 4 months haven't just been a campaign for me. It's not a campaign, it's a commitment. It's a commitment to hard work. It's a commitment to the next 4 years. It's a commitment to work for you. That's what it's all about. The work doesn't end August 26th at 7 p.m. when the polls close. That's when the real work begins. If you want somebody that's going to work for you, I ask for your vote. Vote for Drew Bradshaw on August the 26th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bradshaw. We now go to Debbie Byers for her closing statement.
In my opening statement, I may have said "I" a lot, but let me make it clear. The Calera mayor, the Calera council, we're a team, but we're not a complete team without the citizens. The citizens make it a team with your input and your support. Since being appointed to the council in 2023, I have been a boots-on-the-ground council person. I have been engaged with citizens of Calera. I am no stranger to you, no stranger to the schools, and no stranger to the Shelby County Board of Education. I will continue to be engaged and work alongside of you to make Calera the best of the best. For that reason, I ask that you vote for Debbie Byers, D-E-B-B-I-E, Byers, B-Y-E-R-S, on August the 26th, 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Byers. We will now go to Chris Bunn for his closing statement.
I'm just gonna tell a little quick story here of a few things. In closing, we had a vision for the Field of Angels. We were able to collaborate and execute this vision, and here we are serving these kids and adults for the last 15 years, 16 years, here in a couple of weeks. Just like the Field of Angels, I have a vision for the city of Calera. Now, with your support and vote for Chris Bunn next Tuesday, August 26th at the library, we can begin to collaborate and execute this plan for Calera. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bunn. We now go to Ernest Montgomery for his closing statement.
Thank you. I think in closing, what I would like to do, speak to Calera in this fashion. I would like to just take my candidate hat off for a second and put on my citizen hat. I am a lifelong citizen here in Calera. With that in mind, I would just like to use my 2 minutes of my time right here to thank our current mayor, Mayor Graham, for his steadfast service and hard work he has done for this city and the vision he has had to get us to where we are now. I'd like to thank our current council, especially the 3 new members that we got at these last 5 years, Captain Morgan, David Byers, and Kennedy Acosta. They came in, hit the ground running. You know, people see and hear things around the community or deal with social media. I'm in the ring. I know what happens. So oftentimes people say things and kind of just pump in their mouth, but when you're in the fight, you're in the fight. So, Mayor, we want to say thank you to our council members who came in, hit the ground running, and helped get us to where we are right now, and still keeping the vision of moving our city forward. I'd just like to use my time to thank you, and not just to them, to all our city council members, and thank the citizens of Calera for your support you've given me over the years, and I would like for you to continue to support me, encourage me, and if you do so and want me to continue to serve you, we still have the passion, the love to serve, so we're ready to hit the ground running if that's what you want. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery. And we now go to Red or Mr. Henry Davis for his closing statement.
I appreciate that. All right, so when I look around tonight at the room, I see Calera. I see the future of Calera. And when you look at me, I want to see what Calera gets when you invest in your people. From a young kid that stayed in trouble in school, wasn't always a star student, but I had teachers that pushed me, that motivated me, coaches that pushed me past my edge. And I want to say, when you invest in your people, this is what you get. A young man with a doctorate degree that came back and invested in this city. I don't take that lightly. I carry the responsibility of representing not just my peers, but the future of Calera. Calera gave me my foundation. And for that, I want to say thank you. My vision is a Calera where no one is left out of the conversation, where growth creates opportunities for families, where small businesses and commercial businesses are the heartbeat of the city, and where our young people see leaders who look like them and they can also relate with. It's about us. It's about saying we're no longer satisfied with the status quo. Calera deserves better. And together we're going to reset the standard of leadership. While I honor everyone that served before me and has spoken before me, Calera is a crucial point. We not only need experience, we need innovation. Someone who's innovative, someone who's invested in Calera's growth, inspired by our people, and involved in every step throughout this journey. But more importantly, I want to ask for your vote. Vote for Henry Davis, August 26th at the Calera Library. Not just your vote, but your belief together that we can shape Calera's future. Let's not just talk about the change, let's be the change. Thank you.
That does conclude the City Council portion of tonight's forum. So now we will move on to our mayoral portion of the forum. And we've got all 5 who have moved forward now to center stage. Those candidates include, in alphabetical order, Kenny Cost, Heather Edwards, Jennifer Flournoy, John Graham, and Derek Hidalgo. To all of you, your willingness to put yourselves before the voters of the city of Calera for the position of mayor is a true testament to your desire to serve your community. Now let me explain our format for this portion of the forum tonight. Each candidate will be asked the same questions and given 2 minutes to respond. The sequence for answering these questions will rotate alphabetically. There will be 5 questions, with each candidate getting the opportunity to go first once. None of the candidates have been provided with the questions prior to tonight's event. The candidates will respond to these questions in this alphabetical sequence, with each candidate alternating responding to the question first. The rotation sequence will continue in that fashion through the end of the question and answer portion of the mayoral portion of tonight's forum. In the interest of time, there will be no opening statements. There will, however, be the opportunity for each candidate to provide a closing statement, and those closing statements should also be no longer than 2 minutes. Kirk Manster with the Shelby County Chamber will continue to serve as timekeeper. He's right here in front. And he will give you a countdown of 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then your time card as well. Now we will begin the question and answer portion of the mayoral forum, and we will start with Kenny Cost. Mr. Cost, the first question tonight: what, in your opinion, are the priorities and responsibility of the city of Calera's mayor?
Easy question. Priorities today, being a mayor, is for me to take care of these citizens, make sure I work every day with the council, make sure that we operate and function in a 110% way, and bring this council together as a team. We've been separated in the last 5 years. My goal here today is to bring this council, this community, this whole great city to a smiling face. I love to see this crowd smile. We need to smile. We got the team together. That's my goal today, to put us together and work for you 110%. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cost. We'll now invite Heather Edwards to the microphone for the same question. Ms. Edwards, what? Good. What, in your opinion, are the priorities and responsibilities of the city of Calera's mayor?
Well, I think obviously we all know the responsibilities of the mayor are to make sure that our finances are balanced, that we're doing everything that we can to make sure our money is spent wisely. We're keeping in touch with our staff, being with our department heads. My priorities, if elected mayor, would to be to bridge the gap between council, the community, our agencies in Shelby County, the state agencies, and just to really be accessible to you guys. I want it to be an open door policy where you can come in, express your concerns, let us know what your ideas are. There's so many people in our community with wonderful ideas that I just think we're not utilizing. We should all work together to provide these things for our community. So I would love to bridge that gap and to work with our citizens and just get out there and work with you. Will work for you, but just know that I'll be out there working with you, alongside you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. We'll now invite Jennifer Flournoy to the microphone for the same question. What, in your opinion, are the priorities and responsibilities of the city of Calera's mayor?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Flournoy. The responsibility of the mayor is the people. When you are in leadership, in any leadership, it is the people. People first, then everything else falls in line. When you have the trust and the loyalty of the people, then everything else falls in line with whether we have our department heads, every department we have in our city is working at efficiency. Me being part of Calera, I've always known that and have seen our own people work together. We have a lot of people that love to work together, and part of that is being a leader. So the mayor is the head, or should be the head of the city, face, or however you want to call it. But in order for that to happen, you have to have the backing of the people. So if you don't have the backing of the people as a mayor, then your duties, you're losing your duties. So being a part of being a mayor is being responsible for your people, and everything else falls in line. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. We now invite John Graham to the microphone for the same question. What, in your opinion, are the priorities and responsibilities of the City of Calera's mayor?
As the mayor for 17 years, there are a lot of responsibilities. The responsibilities of the mayor are the day-to-day activities of the city employees, which we have over 270 employees. So the responsibility and the administrative side is very key, that somebody is in that position that knows how to manage people, how to manage the money, how to deal with the budget. The council sets the budget, the mayor administers the budget. So there are a lot of responsibilities. Priorities, I have one major priority from this point forward, which I've started, and I'm asking you to re-elect me to help me keep the ball moving with this railroad overpass over Highway 25 here on this CSX railroad. So priorities, I have a list of them. I don't have very much time, but you could reach out to me and I'll be glad to talk to you and share those priorities. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. And now Derek Hidalgo with the same question. What, in your opinion, are the priorities and responsibilities of the City of Calera's mayor?
Well, as we've heard it many times, obviously the people is our main priority. And I can tell you that I believe that's truly our main priority if you're running for mayor by the amount of coffee I've drank in these past couple of months. I probably drank more coffee in these past couple of months than I ever did in the Navy. And I really believe that the people need to be heard. I don't believe that the current citizens that we have now are truly heard. I believe we voice our opinions, but they get shelved and forgotten about. I really believe that we can work together to build a better Calera, and so that way we can work together. Ooh, sorry, ran out of breath there. And another priority is to support our staff, as John Graham just said. We really need to support our police department and our fire department and all the other offices and departments in the Calera. I think we should be able to attract more businesses to Calera and work with potential investors that will come to our city to help it make it bigger. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hidalgo. We'll now go to question 2, and first up will be Heather Edwards. That question will be, where do you see the City of Calera in 4 years?
In 4 years, I hope that we would have a more stable infrastructure. Right now, we are exploding. Our city is busting at the seams, and that's a great thing. Our community is great. We've got over 16,000 residents, but I know any of you know that you're trying to get your kids or you're trying to get to work in the morning. It's frustrating. You can't. I would like to be able to form more relationships with ALDOT, get involved there, go to these meetings all the time, not just send them an email when there's a traffic accident and we need a red light there. I think we need to be on board with our Shelby County Commission. I would love to better those relationships for our city. I would like more fun things for our kids to do. I know we have fabulous parks. We've got an incredible sports complex, but unless you have children that are involved in those sports or young enough to go to those parks, you're going somewhere else. You're going to Alabaster, you're going to Hoover, you're going to Pelham to eat dinner with your family, to go bowling, to go to the movies. I know, like some of you have said, we need that CDA to form a board of our citizens, our council, to work together to, get these businesses to want to come here, to give them the incentive to be here in this city, because we could absolutely support them. I want us to do a better job of supporting the restaurants we do have. We've got Mama Coco, Bertoloni's, we've got Sage. But again, we're having to go other places. If you just want to go to dinner, that's fine. If you want to take your family to a movie, you're going to go eat somewhere else. I would love to be able to bring these businesses here and for that money to stay here in Calera. So I would love for us to get this bridge project started. I know that we have been promised a grant, so I hope to see that comes and we can work on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. And now we'll invite Jennifer Flournoy back to the microphone for the same question. Where do you see the city of Calera in 4 years?
In 4 years, Calera should be fully staffed in every department. Our infrastructure and our need for economic development will be stable. We are between two major cities, Birmingham and Montgomery. We have 3 of the main exits through those cities. So that means we do have the space to expand in developing businesses, bringing not only restaurants, but also corporate entities here. Not just manufacturing, but also office. There are a lot of parents like me. I used to commute, but commuting on 280 into Birmingham, it's especially 65 still getting construction. But I see Calera having that here, where you would have some of the companies in Birmingham put a satellite office down here, or even Montgomery putting a satellite office from the government up here to help with the bridge between those two cities. I also see our children having access to programs and opportunities for not just training, but also internships to all these companies within the city, and then also in the state. Also, I see in 4 years, all these new developments that are coming, especially these subdivisions that are coming up, will have infrastructure in place where we will not be congested. And as far as the train situation, I see that being remedied with collaboration with CSX, even without the bridge. It can be done, and we just need to get the right people in front to have it done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. We now go back to John Graham for the same question. Where do you see the city of Calera in 4 years?
I can envision our city growing continually over the next few years. I can envision myself as mayor. I can envision a good council that's willing to work together for the advancement of all of our city services. And I can envision a lot of retail following the 3 hotels that we're putting on the ground right now. We have 3 new hotels going up at the Highway 31 I-65 exit. So I can envision a lot of growth in that area. And we are working with property owners just below the bridge across from Mount Moriah Church. A lot of those property owners have zoned their property for general business. So we have a lot of growth. I know most of you see the vacant land across the interstate bridge beyond Chick-fil-A. That's one owner predominantly that owns all of that. And we have good, decent relations with that owner. But we also have other properties and areas that we can develop, and we have begun that by bringing those property owners in, and they have rezoned, and they do have some of their properties for sale. So I have big dreams and big vision for our city.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. And now we'll go to Derek Hidalgo for the same question. Where do you see the city of Calera in 4 years?
Where I see the city of Calera in 4 years depends on the circumstances. My bad, choking on words. If the same circumstances that we have now with the same people that we have in positions of power, I believe Calera will still look similar to how it is today. I do not believe that there will be much growth in between now and 4 years. I believe if you elect people in positions of power that will actually try to have Calera grow and work with the citizens and what the citizens want, we can bring new things to Calera. We can bring new businesses, we can bring stuff for our youth, we can support our schools, we can support our officers and fire department, we can bring to Calera what everybody's been wanting for years. I do not think that we need to grow as more of a population-wise. Our population has been growing really fast over the past 20 years, but we do not have anything to back that up. We don't have anything to support the citizens that do live here. Everybody, we have to commute outside of Calera for work, and I am committed to fully working with Calera and our people to make sure that we can have the Calera that we all want. I promise I'm not going to be able to conducting any work in Calera, and that my whole focus is to make Calera great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hidalgo. And now we go to Kenny Cost for the same question. Where do you see the city of Calera in 4 years?
We've spent $35 million on infrastructure in this city. Our mayor's done a great job of getting us set up for the future. My goal here for the city of Calera is to lead our council through the city, fix our streets, fix our main street area, work on our subdivisions, help some subdivisions that got bought in without knowing that they would have to be paying for the streets. That's a big thing. We have this main street crossing over this railroad. We got this exit 228 up here is ready to bloom. I'm a negotiator. I've been in business for 40 years negotiating with contractors and developers. I can get them in here. It's my goal to get them in here and do that. I'm looking to do something for our seniors. We need a new senior rec center. I'm pushing for that. I'm pushing for a community pool for our community and our kids to have things to go do. We need this for our kids. We've got the money to do the work. We've secured it with the council. We've got to take care of our fire department. We've got to take care of our police, and we've got to become a friendly city that's open for business. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cost. And now we go to question 3, and kicking that one off will be Jennifer Flournoy. Ms. Flournoy, question 3. If elected, what are your plans for transparency with the public to ensure open government?
Okay, well, there will be more open, let's say, every board has there's like 6 boards that we have, and instead of just having those meetings, we will have open forums for citizens to come at least once a month, and also for them to address the city, the council, and the mayor. Also, the department heads will have full access to speaking to those particular citizens as well, and the city council. The transparency would be, I would provide a checkpoint with a actual bulletin on how much money each project is being spent and where that money is coming from. I also will provide, as mayor, any and everything that is financially passed through, and it will be available for everyone to see in the City Hall and also online. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. And now we welcome back John Graham for the same question. If elected, what are your plans for transparency with the public to ensure open government?
Transparency is something that we all get ridiculed over. And transparency has a lot to do with the involvement of the people, of the citizens, of the voters, of the issues and the actions that the council takes and the decisions that the administration takes. All of that stuff in my administration has been put out there via social media in several avenues. We have a very good database for communicating and transmitting that out to the public. We have James Fuller that works for the city as a department head, and he communicates. He talks about Esmeralda. When Esmeralda, the bird, was running around town, you know, he's trying to get the involvement of the people. This is our mechanism for telling the public what's going on. And I plan to continue that. I plan to take on, with this new council, new ideas. In this previous council, we have our council meetings streamed on YouTube. So the transparency is there. It's a responsibility a lot of times not to be critical, but yet the citizens to become involved. I want you to know what's going on at City Hall, and we have made ample efforts to spread that information through social media.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. And for Derek Hidalgo, the same question. If elected, what are your plans for transparency with the public to ensure open government?
My plans for transparency for Calera will be, one, my first step will be to audit the city of Calera. I believe our finances need to be gone through once again. I believe we should find out where all of our money is, and then we should keep it public. If you go into the public records on the websites, you only get a brief summarization of what the funding is actually going to. And I believe that we should have a more detailed form online, so that way any citizen that wishes to check where these fundings is going to, you can see easily by accessing it. I also believe that we need to work more on the city council meetings. A lot of public comments, they get shelved and ignored, and I believe that we should be able to address the public comments that are talked about and not just forget about them once the city council meeting is over. I believe that we should really work on building a community with, the city should build a community and a relationship with our citizens and have an open door policy as the police department has. If you want to submit if you want to submit a complaint or anything, you can put a form online and submit it to the city, or go inside and do the exact same thing. I believe we should have a similar system for all departments, and so that way, and they go to a city council meeting and get addressed instead of just getting shelved and forgotten about. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hidalgo. And now the same question for Kenny Cost. If elected, what are your plans for transparency with the public to ensure open government?
My plans is to monthly have a report for the citizens of jobs that's being on the board to be done, and making sure that we get that job done and report to you where we at financially. That's my job. Also, I'll give you a public hearing quarterly, monthly if you want, but quarterly I will give you a report from the state of Calera, where we stand financially, where we going at all times. I'm open for you all to let me know what you need, where we're going. I will establish this council with jobs, with department heads that they will be accountable for. If whichever ones is elected, they will be in charge of the department heads to report back. We'll work as a team in this city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cost. And now we'll invite Heather Edwards back for the same question. If elected, what are your plans for transparency with the public to ensure open government?
Well, like I said before, I am 100% on board with an open door policy. I want the citizens to know that they can email, call, come to me, and voice your concerns, ask your questions. I would love the idea of a monthly forum where everybody can come in, get together, ask questions of the mayor, ask questions of the city council, your department heads, so that you are more in the know about what's going on. I know that we do publish our budget on the website. I would love to see a more user-friendly one where we can actually go in there and see what this money is being used for, instead of just, this is the amount, we're swapping money over because, we've got new personnel this year or taxes. I would like a more detailed budget that the citizens can see. Same thing with the projects that we have going on in Calera. I would like that to be listed in detail so that the citizens can see, when we started this project, how much, more do we like to finish this project, to just keep us on task and know that we're doing the best that we can for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. And now we'll go to question 4, and we'll start with John Graham. And that question is, do you feel like the city of Calera has the amenities it needs for its residents? If yes, please explain. If no, what is your vision to solve this issue?
I feel like we have great amenities for our citizens. I feel like there are some areas that we can improve, obviously. I've heard a lot of ideas, and just coming to a public forum like this shares all of our vision, and we can collect on those ideas and try to move these things forward. So we do have great amenities, and we have the state-of-the-art park facilities. We have great resources with our library. We have Rolling Hills Conference Center. We have places for meetings. We have buildings for activities. We have a tremendous amount of amenities for our city, for our citizens.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. And now the same question for Derek Hidalgo. Do you feel like the city of Calera has the amenities it needs for its residents? If yes, please explain. If no, what is your vision to solve this issue?
I believe we have the amenities for our city's population if we cut our population in half. I believe that we should be able to bring more to our city for our senior citizens. We should bring better housing availability for them. We should be able to bring a rec center or a splash pad into the city of Calera for our youth. We should be able to have something that stays open a little bit later to like 9, 10-ish for our teenagers and adults that want something to do later at night. It doesn't have to pertain to alcohol, more just like a place to go out and enjoy yourself and not have to go to the Waffle House and hang on top of a car. I really think that we should, sorry about that. I really do think that we can bring more to Calera and we can have more for our city. It's just a matter of putting in the work and listening to our citizens and their needs and their wants and make that into reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hidalgo. And now the same question for Kenny Koss. Do you feel like the city of Calera has the amenities it needs for its residents? If yes, please explain. If no, what is your vision to solve this issue?
I think we fell just a little short by not completing some of the work that we've budgeted over the last 3 years. I think we've got a great vision going right here in this Main Street area. My goal is to complete a streetscape 25, 31, to build a new theater out here, to develop this Cosby building into some restaurants, into some shops, some things for us to be able to do. I've told you once that I want to build us a community center. I think it's very important for our seniors and our veterans of this city to be taken care of first class. You spend your money here, we need to keep you spending your money here. It's my job to make sure that I've got it here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cost. And now the same question for Heather Edwards. Do you feel like the city of Calera has the amenities it needs for its residents? If yes, please explain. If no, what is your vision to solve this issue?
Well, I do, like I stated before, think that we have great amenities. We've got the great parks, Main Street's got phenomenal things going on down here. We need more. We absolutely need more, guys. We need more for our senior citizens. We need more for our kids. We need things to do around here. I think we all kind of feel the same way in that. I would love to work with the community and figure out what you guys want and get that here, because we absolutely are lacking in that area. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. And now the same question for Jennifer Flournoy. Do you feel like the city of Calera has the amenities it needs for its residents? If yes, please explain. If no, what is your vision to solve this issue?
No, we do not have the right amenities for our citizens. And the ones we do have, they're incomplete, over budgeted, and are continually going to drain our budget. What happens when you or the citizens want something and it is brought to them, to the city council. The city council and the mayor's job and responsibility is to find the best and also the most efficient way to provide those amenities or any structure or infrastructure or anything. So no, we do not have enough amenities for our children, our citizens, our elderly, even our businesses. We all deserve those, between the swimming pool, a rec center. I know we got pickleball, but there are other things that we can bring to the city and provide for everyone. But yes, I know for a fact that it will take some time, and we will find the money or the budget to do so within reason. But the first thing is to take care of our people and our infrastructure before we overly spend again on amenities. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. And now we go to our final question of the question and answer portion of the forum. And we'll start with Derek Hidalgo. And if you need me to repeat the question, I am happy to do so. Tell us about a time when you witnessed or were part of a situation that tested your integrity. How did you respond, and what principles guided your actions?
A time that really tested my integrity. Oh, I'm gonna fix this really quick. Sorry about that. A time that tested my integrity was in the Navy. It was about 2020, and there was a situation where one of my coworkers was being, assaulted by our leadership. Multiple positions, higher ups were assaulting this man, putting him in corners, beating him up, etc. And they wanted to silence that and push him away and send him off to a different base. I did not agree with the leadership that did that, even though I had just gotten into the Navy and into that command. I spoke up, I made a fuss about it, I argued about it for months, and I did not let it get forgotten. I stood up for my friend who's been my friend for about 10 years now since we joined active duty. His case was almost swept under the rug, and leadership was ready just to forget about it, and I had to speak up, and I brought it to multiple higher ups and officers, and we made sure that he got justice for what happened. Even though after I was punished for it, I got sent to a different command, and he got sent to a different command, and it seemed like it all got brushed under the rug. But I know even though the decision cost me my career, because my evals and everything just went straight down after that, I still believe that I made the right decision and stood up for somebody who needed it. And that's what I promise for all the citizens, that no matter what, you will not be forgotten. I will speak up and I will hear all of your voices, and no matter what, I will make sure that I will be the best leader that I can be for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hidalgo. Now the same question for Kenny Cost. Tell us about a time when you witnessed or were part of a situation that tested your integrity. How did you respond, and what principles guided your actions?
2006, 2007, and 2008 was a change that none of us seen coming. I invested thousands of dollars in a community. I seen that the bottom fell out of the building industry automatically, me sitting on thousands and thousands of dollars and nothing settled. I did not give up. My wife said, "Why did you want to do this, Kenny?" I made a commitment that I wanted to do it. I moved forward with Central State Bank. They funded me for the development. I stood behind the development. I made sure the development was finished. I never threw the towel in. I worked. I done what I had to do to make sure that our ends met. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cost. And now the same question for Heather Edwards. Tell us about a time when you witnessed or were part of a situation that tested your integrity. How did you respond, and what principles guided your actions?
This may not be what you expect. This election has been a true test of character and integrity. It takes guts and courage and vulnerability, and I am not good at being in the public eye. I'm a behind-the-scenes kind of person. I like to get out there and get the work done. So this has been difficult. I think you find out who's on your side and you find out who's not. I've always told my girls to be the change that you want to see in this world. And you can't complain about something unless you're willing to get up and be a part of that change. So I just rely on my faith, my friends, and my family, and that's what I'm here to do, be that change.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. And the same question for Ms. Flournoy. Tell us about a time when you witnessed or were part of a situation that tested your integrity. How did you respond, and what principles guided your actions?
Last night at the city council meeting, I saw or I witnessed what you would call a mishap, injustice, or someone that is in leadership not listening or seeing they're wrong. And I spoke out, even though I know that I will get flack or whatever, what you want to call it, but I know that I did the right thing. I did the right thing. Nobody else said anything, but that's who I am. I'm gonna call it out. And I did it with decorum. Even after it was bypassed over, I still sat there and I still was civil, if you want to call it that. But I've always faced in if you want to call it, trials and tribulations all my life. And the thing is, everything I've always had to endure, I've always done it with the mindset of, I got to remain who I am, true to myself. Be kind. Understand that even though there's a right, there's a wrong, and there's a just way all the time. and working with other people, not animals or things, but people, you have to be open-minded and understanding. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. And now the same question for John Graham. Tell us about a time when you witnessed or were part of a situation that tested your integrity. How did you respond, and what principles guided your actions?
Elections, you hit the nail on the head. Election seasons tend to be the most difficult time of any of our lives as elected officials and folks running for this position. I have been attacked, I have been talked about, I have been accused, and I will maintain my integrity. I learned from a Sunday school teacher years ago, Hollis Hyde said to me, John, if it's in God's will, He will bless it. And I don't want to be in His way, so if it's in His will, He will bless my re-election.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. And that does conclude the question and answer portion of the mayoral forum. So now we'll move on to our closing statements from the candidates. Candidates will have 2 minutes to share those closing statements, and the order was determined by a drawing held earlier this evening. And that order will begin with Heather Edwards.
Although the position of mayor is considered part-time in Calera, my dedication to this community is going to be anything but that. I am fully invested in Calera, our schools, our neighborhoods, and our future. This is where I live, this is where I serve, this is where I want to be. I want to see real growth here. I want to see smart growth here. I would love for people to be able to buy homes that they can move into and not move out of Calera once they outgrow their starter homes. I think that leadership means rolling up your sleeves and putting in the work, and that's absolutely what I'm willing to do. I want to be the kind of mayor who listens, who shows up, and who makes decisions for the best interest of our people. I want to be the kind of mayor that's going to support our first responders, that's going to completely back our police department, make sure that we are fully staffed and running at 100%. I want to be the heart of Calera. I don't see this as just a title or, this is who I am. I would be honored to carry this title. There are two things that I've always told my girls, and I think I told you one of them a second ago. One is be the bright spot in someone's day. You never know what people are going through. Show up with a smile on your face. I plan to lead like that. Lead with character. And again, to be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see in this world. Together we have a chance to bring positive change to our community. And I'm here for it. I'm here for you, and I want to be that change. So I invite you to vote with me to be that change on August the 26th. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. And now we'll hear from Jennifer Flournoy in her closing statement.
Calera, I'll keep it simple. We deserve a mayor who tells the truth, spends our money like it's ours wisely, and respects the people who make this city run. I am Jennifer Flournoy. I'm a mom, HOA president, a volunteer, an analyst, all of the above. I'm a Jackie. I read the footnotes most folks skip. I'm running because the basics aren't basic anymore. Roads, drainage, public safety, and growth that actually improves daily life. No buzzwords, it's results. Do better, be better. Tell the truth, sometimes it hurts, but most of the time it helps. Here's what I'll do. First fix, we'll tackle the worst roads, intersections, and drains with a public ranked list, which is already available that's not being followed. Safety and school routes at the top. You'll see the timeline, the crews, and the before and after. If a project slips, we'll know why, because it's your money. protect people. We'll pay equip police and firefighters so response times can go down and morale goes up. We'll invest in our kids with after-school, summer programs, youth corps, anything and everything that deals with trades and tech. Prevent it so it doesn't happen and make it smart. Respect city workers, public works, water, sanitation, parks, all of the above for the city will get an opportunity for not only compensation, classification, but also career ladder. Growth on purpose. Large developments will pull their own weight. Roads, utilities run off, and taxpayers won't subsidize private profit. We'll streamline permits for the local small businesses and launch Start Here Calera to help residents open and hire here. And yes, transparency, open checkbook, budget, town hall meetings, and a dashboard that tracks what matters most. If you're ready for the daylight and decisions and real results, let's do this. On August the 26th, vote Jennifer Flournoy. Let's flow as one. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. And now we will go to Kenny Cost, who will share his closing statement.
First thing I'm gonna have to say, Kurt, if you would, let me call Coach. I want to ask for time out just a second, okay? So I want to thank my wife for the support that she's done through this campaign. She's done a great job of helping me and supporting me from day one that I met her. I want to say that. My other thing is I want to thank this man here for letting me be a part of him. He's done a terrific job. My thing is not just to run against him. I will work with him. I'll call on him from time to time. I'm a leader. It's my job to stand up this time. Mayor Brown, would you stand up and let's give him a applause, please? Do start the clock now, Kurt. Okay, so a new beginning here in the city of Calera. My choice came in church. I made a decision when the preacher was preaching on a new beginning. So I wanted to roll a rock over and start a new beginning in life. And I've started that new beginning. You all can start at any time with a new beginning. I want to be your leader. I have asked everyone to come down to the community center. I've rented it for the public to come down, have some snacks, have some food, enjoy yourself for the election. There's no need in being under a lot of pressure here. Election is just an opportunity for somebody to do the job. Thank you for your support. I've really enjoyed my run.
Thank you, Mr. Cost. And now we will go to John Graham for his closing statement.
Let's use an example. Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball going on. We've got a very tight game, 1-0. Pitcher's pitching a no-hitter through 5 innings. What do you do at that point? Do you pull the pitcher or do you keep going? Kenny, I know you're a baseball guy. What do you do? I'm asking you not to replace the pitcher. I'm asking you to go support John Graham on August 26th, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Calera Public Library. A proven leader with a proven record. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. And now our closing statement from Derek Hidalgo.
There we go. All right, my name is Derek Hidalgo, and I stand before you not just as a candidate, but as a proud citizen of somebody who's loved and lived in Calera for a little bit less than 10 years. But this is where I built my friendships, this is where I built relationships with people in our city, and this is where I've heard real concerns about our citizens. I love Calera, and I cannot sit back any longer and watch it be held back from reaching its truest potential. For far too long, our city has been led down the wrong path by people who have been placed with their own interest above the people's. Time and time again, we've seen decisions made that do not benefit our citizens, but instead protect a small circle. In the face of corruption and complicity, the council should be a voice of the people, but instead they've chosen to look away. We do have a great selection of city council members for this upcoming election, but I refuse to look the other way. I believe Calera deserves better. We deserve leadership that is honest and transparent and accountable to the people, not for personal gain and not for backdoor deals. Calera is one of the fastest growing cities in Shelby County. Our population has doubled in the past 20 years. But we do not see that growth reflected in our infrastructures, our schools, and our job opportunities. We need to take advantage of our location by recruiting businesses and bring good jobs and keep families here instead of commuting out. Our schools are overcrowded, our teachers need more support. Working with the county school system, we can push for more resources to fight to ensure our kids are educated and they get the proper help that they need. As we grow, public safety must grow with us. Calera has too few police officers and firefighters for our city of our size. We can do better by prioritizing funding to keep our community safe. When I become mayor, I will fight to restore trust in our government. I will make a city hall a place where every citizen feels heard, where decisions are made in the open, where integrity comes first. I am not running because it is easy. I am not running to gain anything on my own personal cost. I will cease all business in Calera, and my main focus will be Calera. Together we can make Calera great, not by words, not by slogans, but by real action and change, and real leadership. So tonight I ask you to stand with me. Stand for honesty and stand for accountability. Stand for a future where Calera rises to its fullest potential. Thank you, and may God bless the great city of Calera.
Thank you, Mr. Hidalgo, and thank you again to each of our 5 candidates here tonight and all of our city council candidates. Thank you, Kenny Cost, Heather Edwards, Jennifer Flournoy, John Graham, and Derek Hidalgo, as well as the city council candidates for your willingness to share your vision for the city of Calera. Let's give them all one more round of applause.